Welcome back. This is our third lesson in this series, and today we're going to talk about another secret of video production. And this secret is the art of the interview. The art of the interview. And I don't know of any course that's going to tell you about how to record really quality professional interviews. But here we go. And there's going to be 7 steps or parts to the art of the interview. Here's the first one. Set the camera at the subject's eye level. Set the camera at the subject's eye level. And so obviously if the subject is sitting, if it's kind of a seated style interview, as some are, camera needs to come down a little bit, which is kind of a hassle if you're dealing with tripods and you actually have to lower the legs. But the camera needs to be at the subject's eye level. Then remember, anything safe can be a tripod. If you're interviewing a child, camera will have to be down a little bit lower, obviously. Second aspect in the art of the interview is that you, the interviewer, needs to stand to the side of the camera. So let's say I'm filming my interview with this, and this is horizontal, and it's locked, it's not moving, it's in some sort of tripod, or I rigged it up to something somehow. I'm going to stand to the side of the camera. I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this. I need to stand to the side of the camera. Either side works. Second tip. Third tip is press record. Fourth tip. Ask the subject this exact line. Could you say your name and spell your name? That's the fourth one. After pressing record, could you say your name and spell your name? And this is going to do a ton of things for you. One, it's going to let you monitor the audio, because now they're speaking, yet we're not into the interview yet, and you can adjust the audio if you have a means to adjust the audio on the camera or the position of the microphone or something like that. And we'll go more into audio later in this course. Second thing that it allows you to do is it gets the subject talking about something they're super familiar with, their name, and it gets rid of those initial video jitters. Oh, this is something I know quite well. They begin talking. They might not even realize they're being filmed, and you're not going to monkey with the record button after that because you're already filming. Third thing that it does for you is it gives you the proper pronunciation of their name, so that during the course of the interview, if you address them, you'll have the proper pronunciation of your name, their name. Maybe you weren't sure beforehand, maybe you had it a little bit wrong, maybe you've never met them. And it also gives you the correct spelling of their name, so that when you go to edit your video, if you put on a lower third where it says their name, a lower third in the screen, you'll have the proper spelling of their name, or if you put it in the credits, you'll have the proper spelling of their name. So, fourth is, could you say your name and spell your name? Fifth is ask open-ended questions. And here's a tip. If you start every question with these 3 words, tell me about, you'll end up with open-ended questions. Let's look at an example. So in journalism, we talk about the 5 W's and the 1 H. You probably have heard of this before. You might be familiar with it. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. The 5 W's and the H. If you get all that information, you'll have all the information of the story. So listen to the difference in these 2 questions. Where did you grow up? Versus, tell me about where you grew up. The first question is likely to be a single word answer. Fresno. The second question is going to get the story out of the person. You see that? Does that make sense? Tell me about. Open-ended questions. So the sixth step or part of the art of the interview is smile and nod and eye contact. So when you're interviewing a person, you're making eye contact with them, you're smiling, and you're nodding. When they say something, obviously, you're not just nodding. So eye contact, smile, and nod, which leads us to the seventh and final aspect of the art of the interview, and that is silence. Wait, allow for silence. Let them tell their story. So, tell me about where you grew up. And they talk a little bit about Fresno. And then they think they're done. Waiting for the next question. You just maintain eye contact, smile. And more often than not, they'll think of other things. And they'll tell some richer, deeper details of the story after you wait, after you allow for silence. So, that's the art of the interview. Those 7 aspects. Let's go through them real quick again. Camera at subject's eye level. We can talk more about that, but it's not necessarily important right now. Number 2, stand or sit just to the side of the camera. No. All right. Number 3, press record. Number 4, could you say your name and spell your name? Number 5, tell me about open-ended questions. Number 6, eye contact, smile and nod. Number 7, silence. Allow for pauses. Wait. Let them tell their story.